Hey, it's Rebecca with another cancer update. I hope these are useful. I think if anything for me, it's good to just talk about what's going on. Um, I'm at Base Camp South. This is our rental center. So this is where I rent skis and snowshoes and all the fun camping and water sports gear in the summertime. And I had a 7:30 a.m. ski rental appointment and she didn't show up. So I am here for a few extra minutes, and it was nice and quiet, and I thought I would just pop in really fast and tell you what's been going on the past couple days. Today is December 11th, and I am not a very patient person by nature. I move at a rapid pace all the time. I own two small businesses. I have the downtown shop, the rental store here, and I just have a ton going on in my life. And so I am always on the go, always moving at a very rapid pace, and I'm not patient. I like to have a solid plan. I like to know what's going on, and I like to control everything. And I feel like ever since I found a lump in my breast just over a month ago, I've just been waiting patiently for things like doctor's appointments and test results and all of the things. And so I have kind of just been trying to relax a little bit and not worry about things I can't control. So I talked a little bit in the last video about things I can control and things I can't control, and I can't control scheduling. And right now I'm waiting on phone calls from a surgeon and waiting on phone calls from an oncologist. And I'm just standing at the starting line, warmed up and ready to go and ready to have a few more answers. But lately I've been thinking the past couple days, thank goodness it's been really busy at the downtown shop. We set a record-breaking tech week, and I think on Thursday we tuned 30 pairs of skis, we mounted 5 pairs of bindings, and we stone ground 5 skis. I had 3 or 4 techs on all day long. It was a long 10-hour day, and yesterday was a really long day. I got some of my ski order in, so I'm really excited. And so thankfully this week has just been really busy at the store, so I haven't had time to think about the stress of waiting and the stress of uncertainty and not knowing and not having a treatment plan and accepting that. But on my morning workouts, I have been pondering this concept of news. And I used to be an Army public affairs officer. So when I was in the Army, my job was to tell the Army story. And that sounds so cliche and so silly, but my job was really to talk about all of the amazing things that the soldiers in my unit were doing. And then when I was deployed to Iraq as a public affairs officer, my job was to escort embedded reporters from all of the major media outlets all over our operating area. And we were in the Saladin province in northern Iraq near Tikrit. And so we were, particular deployment, I deployed twice, but that particular deployment was kind of at the end of kind of major operations in Iraq. We were transitioning a lot over to the Iraqi army and Iraqi security forces. And so I was really obsessed with the news when I was a public affairs officer and what was being said about our unit and what was being said about the Army in general and military operations and what the sentiment, is that the right word? What people were thinking about us here back in the United States. And I really felt like a strong desire to talk about all of the amazing things that my soldiers were doing and that the soldiers in our brigade were doing. And so there was good news and bad news, right? The good news was always we had a kick-ass joint operation or something awesome was going on. But then there was bad news, and the bad news was casualties, and the bad news was wounded soldiers. The bad news was, all of those things that you think about when you think about such soldiers deployed in service of our country. And so as I've been going through this cancer thing, and I don't even really know what to call it, There's been news along the way. So the first thing was there's a lump in my breast, and that was like a diagnostic mammogram and ultrasound. And then the report that I got from that wasn't very promising. So then it was biopsy, and then it was waiting for more news. And the news that I got from the biopsy was cancer. And so I realized as I was out on a little jog the other morning that there's really no such thing as good news or bad news. What comes back to me from results and from doctors and from tests is really just news. And the good or the bad comes in how I react to the news and how the news affects me. And I've had a lot of emotional moments over the past week. And I'm just trying to embrace this fact that I can't control things. What I get back is news. I can feel these feelings of sadness, and I can feel these feelings of anxiety and stress and overwhelm. I can feel these feelings like this is total bullshit and this is not fair. I'm a healthy person. I did all the right things. I can feel those deep emotions, and I can feel those heavy emotions. And that's okay, but I can't let them just hold on to me and just hold me hostage. I have to somehow put a smile on my face and get dressed and go to work and serve my customers and take care of my staff. And so I guess going forward, what I'm going to try to do is not see the news as good or bad, feel the emotions that I'm feeling, but take it in and then let it go. And if you have been through cancer or a significant event in your life, maybe a divorce or the loss of a loved one or another illness, these are all things that we can't control, right? But we can acknowledge our feelings, but not let them just cripple us. Because there's a lot of days when I haven't felt like getting up and getting out of bed and getting dressed and putting a smile on my face and going to work. It feels heavy. In a lot of ways, it feels like I have been doing something I love. Like I've been out skiing and suddenly found myself caught in an avalanche, and the avalanche is pushing me down the mountain, and I'm slowly becoming suffocated. And I don't want to feel like that. I want to just try to have a positive attitude, try to just acknowledge what I can control, and try to feel some sort of sense of optimism. In a lot of ways, I'm trying to look on the bright side, and in a lot of ways, the timing is really fascinating because a year ago my husband left his job and started his own law firm. So now he works from home, and he has the ability and the flexibility in his schedule to take me to doctor's appointments and to take care of me if I'm not feeling well. Our children are older, and they're able to walk themselves to school. They're able to make their own lunches. They're able to fix dinner if they need to. And it's fourth quarter at the shop, so I'm super busy. And in a way, that busyness is keeping my mind focused on work instead of focused on thinking about all of the negative things that I could be dwelling on that come with a cancer diagnosis. So that's where I'm at. It's Saturday. I hope to be able to talk to some doctors on Monday and get the ball rolling, because like I said, I'm at the starting line. I don't know what the race is going to look like. I know it's a marathon, not a sprint, but I'm ready to go, and just trying to be patient and just deal with it.